Shalom Aleichem, welcome back to this week's installation of a Biselleh Torah, and I'm so happy that you're here, invested in the process of growth and learning. And do not be overly surprised as we read the text anew, starting from the very outset of the Torah, Beresheit, Genesis, that the words and the meaning have dramatically shifted since last year. We've grown, we've changed. We've just passed through the days of awe, the holy days of Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and Sukkot, and now we find ourselves in the other end of that. Do not be overly surprised that when we read the text, it reads differently than it ever has before, because God willing, we have shifted dynamically. Hopefully we have changed, and the way that we understand this great and familiar text is not so familiar anymore. Let's begin with the question of proximity. Ayeka, it translated into English becomes, where are you? We may ask the question of another person, and we may mean it in a very geographic way, or Ayeka, where are you, could mean something entirely different. We have a conversation with the person, we notice that they're not really listening to what we're saying. So, where are you may mean, I notice that you've drifted off, that you're not really here with me, so where did you go? And I think that is the meaning that God asks of Adam in the Garden of Eden. Ayeka, what happened? You're not really with me anymore. Something dramatic has changed. You'd have a conversation with another being, with a snake, and you're no longer entirely with me in this Gan Eden anymore. What has happened? Where are you? And you notice, by the way, in the text, that Adam answers God in a very specific geographic response, that I'm in the bushes. That's not what God was asking. He's asking something far more profound. Where are you? What has happened? And it doesn't necessarily have to translate into something negative, but let me know who you are in your very essential self. And I think that across the epochs, God is asking this question of us in the aftermath of the holy days. Have you become something other? Have you changed? Have you shifted and grown in your own deepest self, your spiritual self, your essential self, so that you've become something new? Where are you? I want to point out, by the way, that although God is asking this question of Adam, he's not asking it just of this one individual. He's asking it of Adam and Eve, Adam and Chava, because it is the conversation that Eve has initiated with the snake that has changed the dynamism between this relationship between heaven and earth. But Adam and Eve are not separate beings. Oh yes, of course, they've been divided. Adam now is two separate physical beings, but his essential self is still united. What is the meaning of this for you and I? That alone, we're not really a whole human being. We only become whole in relationship to others. When we unite our soulful self with another human being, that is when wholeness truly comes to us. And then God is asking of us in both elements, in the aloneness of the self or in a relationship with others, where are you? We need to find ourselves, hold ourselves accountable for who we are, where we've gone, and what we can become, the essential self that God wants to unite with. So as we approach this new year, and God asks of us this question, where are you? It's the answer that we give, I'm here. It is only many generations later that a man arises whose name is Abraham, who says finally, I am here, which is a willingness to be in a relationship with ourself and with others. It's a very powerful question and requires a deep response from the well of self, from the deepest neshama that inheres in all of us. I hope we can find the response as God's question echoes through the generations and is still being asked of you and I. Ayeka, where are you? Are you with me? Come home. Come home to yourself. Come home to your relationships. Come home to me, to God.